Okay, this video is talking about keeping black women safe. Okay. I know when it's said I have to constantly do these videos about keeping black women safe. But we do, because every day we hear about that something goes wrong where something happens to a black woman. And most scenarios, in most cases, is wherever the black woman was at, the people didn't want that black body there, so they either lie on the black woman, or or they understand the black woman. She's trying to tell them A, and then they trying to turn around whatever she was trying to say into something negative. It just be amazing. I'm a black woman, believe me, I know, and y'all know I love everybody. I am nice. I even know, how to, when folks start go like the growl sounds. That's how they sort of come at you, just because you didn't do anything wrong. On how to try to de-escalate the stuff by just not saying anything or just leaving the air. And I know there's a lot of actors like, I ain't leaving but for me, a lot of times, y'all know girl robe is me and Jesus a lot of times, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just trying to stay safe. I'm just trying to get out of the vicinity of the people that's doing all this racism, because again, with us black women, it's so easy for somebody to lie on you and try to say you did something and you did not do anything. You know what I'm saying? So you just really have to keep yourself safe in a sense, and yeah, some of the things they're doing to you is not right, because you like, I just walked up on the scene, I am not doing anything, And what really gets you sometimes is when you see another race, especially somebody white, just go in and choke. So let's say you in a store, because we always sometimes have a hard time getting some good customer service. So when we walk in the store, it's like they just start following us. They be ducking in. So I told y'all go on my social media, my Instagram, Michelle Hope Walker Speaks, where I talk about, since I see they gonna follow me, I be like, well, come on, boy. I just start having a conversation with them, and then they get tired. I be like, well, you want to follow me, so I feel like we might as well become friends and just start talking all throughout the store while I'm here. And I guess they be tired. They be like, oh, she good. We don't need to follow her because they don't want to talk to you. I'm like, well, that's fine, whatever. I got a store I've been going to for at least 12 plus years, and you still, they get different new security in there. So you get still security. You walk in the store, you the first one they looking at. I'm like, what in the world? This just goes on every day, huh? Every store you go into. All right, now y'all know I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. I'm also a comedian, have this great personality. So for some of you that are new listening to me and like, who's this girl? And it's almost like I once heard, because y'all know I do music and music management and the business music as well. And I remember we did, and I wasn't doing, because I would have paid them, but we was doing a concert where, in a big name group, I'm not even gonna say the name of the group, but they didn't get paid the way they were supposed to get paid, so I was talking to one of the members, like, man, and he was like, you know what, you almost just have to laugh to stop from crying. I always have remembered that, and then since then I've heard other people say that, but I mean, that's just almost how it is, you just have to keep your joy, because the stuff be so sad and so wrong at times how they treat black women, that you just have to, you make some form. For me, I'm a comedian, this is my nature, and sometimes when you let people think you're laughing of the situation, not totally, because sometimes I have a way of talking and just, will make certain gestures, because I'm a comedian, and that's just in me. It's just a natural thing, and it's not that I'm laughing about the matter. It's just that it is so sad, so wrong that this is happening. You can't help but like, is this real? And I'm saying, they always, sometimes you'll hear them try to call black women crazy. It's like, no, what's crazy is that you all are mistreating black women because of the color of their skin. That's what's crazy. Something is not right. Something's not right in a person's head when, because they see the color of the skin of a certain person, that they have decided in their mind all these negative connotations or all these negative thoughts about a person because they're black, that they have decided to mistreat that person. That's crazy. That's what I think's crazy. I'm sitting here like, so because they're black and you have certain things and thoughts about black people, you don't like them? You're going to mistreat them? That sounds crazy. That sounds very crazy. Now, again, people can, as far as friends, like, pick, I guess, who they want to pick, but I'm just talking about, especially these power structures. Like I always tell y'all too, I'm not on here just, oh, look, I seen 2 squirrels chasing me. I love to watch squirrels. I'm in the park and I'm seeing 2 squirrels play a little chase game together. So that just brightens my little day. See, it may take a lot to make me happy. I'm a happy person as it go, even throughout this racism. God still gives me that joy. I'm still going to keep my joy, because a lot of times they're trying to rob you of your joy. Some people don't like seeing black people joyful. That's why sometimes when black people just laugh on the corner, they want to get them off the corner. They ain't selling drugs. They ain't doing nothing. They just shooting the breeze. They just, having fun, laughing. Folks don't even like to see black people happy. If you're happy, they're like, well, what's wrong? Why are you happy? They think you've done something wrong because you're happy. I'm doing something wrong because I'm happy. Anyway, I want to talk about keeping black women safe. So when we're talking about the power structures, remember, when I talk about this, we're always talking, so I'm not just talking about your neighbor, even just the people that walk down the street from, because yes, we do deal with that too, where people you walk by just look at you all crazy, and you're like, but they're not really influencing that much. We're talking about the power structure, so different power structures that you may have to deal with that affect your livelihood. So jobs, health care, when you have to go see doctors and nurses, stores, customer service, security, police. Those are very prominent because, again, so many black people overall, but especially black women get accused of things they didn't even do. And then, like I said, it's so sad, what I talk about a lot, that black women, somebody can just accuse a black woman of something and people just believe it. Why? That shows the racism right there. That's why sometimes I don't say nothing. I just listen to people and I watch how they act and what they do, because it will tell you a lot about them. It will let you know where they are on the racism spectrum. I done created a whole new spectrum, y'all, the racism spectrum. You know what I'm saying? So it let you know, let's say 10 is they really racist. Let's say 0 is they not that racist, or they ain't racist at all. So it lets you know where they are on the racism spectrum, about how they act. So if someone sits here and says, oh, that black woman just did. Now, if you ain't seen the black woman do that, pretty much so far what you've seen in the store, the black woman calm and shopping, just normally doing what she do. And if you're not racist, you're going to be like, well, sir, I didn't see this woman doing anything. What are you talking about? Because sometimes, too, and again, I don't do this a lot, but sometimes when you see security or police following right behind, you haven't done anything, it can get irritating for us at times. Now, I know we're schooled and just don't say nothing, just keep going, because we done gotten so used to it. It's sad that for black women, black people overall, we have to get used to people following us because they're suspicious of us or because they think we're doing something wrong, so we're just supposed to endure people watching us all the time or following us to make sure that we're not doing nothing wrong. And so it's supposed to get used to this, but after a while it can get irritating, so sometimes you're just sort of like, okay, why are you following me? Because I ain't done nothing wrong, what I'm saying? So sometimes it's a thing too that security may have gotten mad at that black person because that black person maybe have already just addressed their concerns. So I don't need you to follow me, I'm not doing nothing wrong. I know you got to do your job, I'm not going to talk time, but all these people in this store, because I think just recently I was in my CVS, I'm sitting here like, now I've been in the CVS 12 years. New security, again, you get new security in, and I don't know what's in the brain of these security, but every security, it seems like the first person they want to look at to come in the store is black people. That's just black women. So he done left the whole store, and it came back here where I am. And now I understand you got to do your walkthroughs. I've done security, y'all. I've done security. I even went out to be a police officer because I wanted to help. I even made the list of them. I started looking at more of becoming a lawyer and stuff like that, type stuff, studying law. So then, right, so he done left the whole front of the store to come and just plot himself right over by me. And I'm like, so this man so racist, and this was a black, maybe African, and so I'm sitting up here like, this man done left the whole store wide open, and he's the only security in here, right? Now again, we know there's always undercover security. Don't forget them. They're always people that, they undercover. They in plain clothes, but they still security. My brother was off police officer, and then me just going out for police officer and doing security. I know a lot about the different security mechanisms and different things. You know what I'm saying? So not everybody gonna have the suit on, but I'm just like, but he's the one that do have the suit on. The little police security gear. I'm like, this man left the whole store to come and just stand. Now, if that wasn't annoying, and just sort of picking, sometimes you got to watch their pick with you. That's also sometimes why you don't want to say anything, because they are purposely picking with you. Because again, you got to watch that where they pick with you to try to get you to say something. So then they can now have a try to reason. I'm telling you, black women go through so much. And that's what sometimes when I be talking about black women go through the most, people are like, no, they want to have battles with you. They have rap battles. They want to have racism battles. But we go through a lot, honey. Because see, with black women, we ain't got to open our mouth. We ain't got to say a word. Just again, this black body they do not like. And you just start, even in customer service sometimes. So you done been in line, everybody done went to the customer service. Now they're not black, but everybody went in, you know, the customer service person's, hi, can I help you? You go up there, they don't say hi. They don't say, can I help you? They just look at you. And, you know, so sometimes you just get used to it and you just go about and get, because I've learned, just go about, get your service. That's what you need. And prayerfully, you get that in the best way possible. You don't even care if they don't give you good service. Just go, you just have to get to that mindset. Because if you're looking for good service as a black woman, sometimes it's not always going to. But I tell you what, when I get it, I like to leave good notes. I like to brag about that person because I'm like, ooh, thank you, God, because we're not always getting good service, black women. You know what I'm saying? And for those people, because I'm a black woman and I deal with racism every day, and no, not just here in LA and my own town. I'm like, our town has got increased in racism or something is going on. Even I was back home. Now I'm in Kroger's getting my food, and y'all know with my medical stuff, I gotta keep my asthma stuff on me, so I keep my bag of me. I'm gonna keep me a couple bags on me. That's just for my health. My doctor knows because you gotta keep all that on you, because if you fall out or pass out or whatever, you gotta have stuff on you. You can't be telling I gotta go to the car and get it. Or I gotta, you gotta have it on you, because Amazon come get you right then. You passed out then and can't talk, so they need to be able to look in your bags and see your medicine and no, she has asthma. Let's give it this puffer. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm just in the store, and this lady in a big security, looked like he was The Rock or somebody. I'm like, cut me off guard, because I had never heard this one. Talking about, do you need to recycle? Yeah, I am so thrown. I've never been in a grocery store and somebody asking me about recycling. The grocery store is recycled. And I was like, first, because I've learned to just pause a little bit, because I'm just sort of just thrown off. I learned, don't be too quick to talk. And a lot of times, basically, I don't talk. I turn on my camera, and then whatever, I just ask them to repeat again what they just said. So I got it all on tape. So we all got an audience to see what we're talking about here. Because it don't seem like it's something right. And so I paused and I was like, no, I didn't ask about recycling. And she's like, oh, okay. And so I just walked away and kept shopping. I didn't even really think, but I know prior to the time I was in the bathroom when I first got there, because when you get to the bathroom, you still gotta go to the bathroom first. So I don't run around the store. I have to go to the bathroom and wait, and I want to bring my products back. So even before I start shopping, I went to the bathroom, and I noticed there was an employee in there. And so then it all started coming together after everything happened, because then when I got to the counter, I'm sitting here and checking out. I was like, well, I would like to speak with the manager of the store, because I just felt odd about somebody coming up, an employee coming up to me with a big security asking me if I needed to recycle. The more I thought about that, the more I was like, that seems racist. I'm a customer, a paying customer in this store. Why? And someone, and I know y'all here, you're like, what? I know this. Girl, do y'all know that the manager was the same girl that brought the... Y'all, I can't make this stuff up. So, and so she's like, yeah. I said, oh, I was like, well, I was wanting to speak with the manager. She said, oh, I am the manager. And I was just letting her know. So, well, that made me feel uncomfortable. So anyway, when it comes out, then she started telling me something about, well, people do still, so basically, and then, she started, I just walked, and I was like, well, I just, as a manager, I just wanted to let you know that that made me feel uncomfortable and unsafe as a black person, because I hadn't done anything wrong, and then she just wanted to argue. You have to watch, because then they start wanting, I don't know, they get this, what sometimes we call ghetto, and I think it's nothing wrong being ghetto, but I'm just saying, I feel like that she got negative, very negative, wanted to argumentative. There you go. That's the word. She got very argumentative, wanted to argue, and that's one thing you don't want to do, y'all. Black women, no, because they're already trying to attach that to us, like don't nobody else argue. A lot of times I go in these stores, I be seeing white people and all the race are arguing with folks, and nobody call the police on them, don't nothing happen to them. And we say one word, we ain't got to say no word. They call the police on us for suspicion. We're like, I ain't done nothing. I ain't talked to nobody. Suspicion of what? But anyway. So I just left her talking and went on the store. But then when I thought about, how you assess stuff afterwards, so it was racism. She was talking about, well, a lot of people still, and okay, but you was only following and came up to me, the black woman. there was a lot of white people in this, because, my area where I'm from is majority white. So anyway, again, that's just an example about the race. So racism is everywhere. It's not just in LA, y'all, it's everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this time when I went back to I experienced a lot more racism there, which was to me odd, because I sort of sometime had talked about that I felt like I grew up and didn't really see as much race, at least not, the blatant racism. I learned now there could be some economical racism, job type racism that as a kid, of course, I didn't really know about, but as I've learned more about racism and been in the movement, now, learn more college and with law, legal and stuff like that. That racism, you'll see racism thing, because it's not about them calling you the N-word anymore. It's different policies, racist policies that the city is doing, the county is doing, the state, the federal government is doing, things like that. But anyway, so keeping black women safe. So basically, just no matter where you are, if you see security or police approaching a black woman, you have the right to just stand there and watch. Just, see what's what. Because I'm not saying nobody's perfect. Nobody is perfect. You know what I'm saying? All people do things, So don't always just when you see the black woman think she done something wrong, And then how do you check yourself? Because you have to think, now, if this was a white woman, would I be thinking that this white woman had done something wrong? And if in your mind you're like, no, I wouldn't, well, then you're being racist if you see a black woman and just from her sight, just from you just looking at her body, you thinking she done something wrong or about to do something wrong. That's racism. So you can really just check yourself in this. And we're not even just talking about white people. We're talking about black people too. Because down in Atlanta, bless the heart, and I've lived in Atlanta. Oh, well, you deal with some black racism in Atlanta. Again, everywhere, don't get me wrong. But, as black people sometimes we talk about Chocolate City, you're talking about, oh, well, surely we shouldn't have to deal with racism. In Atlanta, oh, woo-woo. Whoa. Because then now sometimes it comes to the status level. Are you the type of black person that are like me, black person, and I don't know where this theory comes from that everybody feels a good person is the person that looks like them and act like them, because that is not true. There are people who are rich and as we've seen selling kids and doing all kind of crazy stuff. I don't look at a person just because they got money that I think, oh, they must be a good. I'm not saying that people that got money are bad people, but I'm just saying I've learned, because I allow myself to be around diverse of people, and I've seen good people in everywhere. I've seen good people who now we don't say homeless, what we call unhoused people. They just working out today trying to live, and then I've seen people all the way up to the rich people that have been good people, and I've seen same thing that I've seen unhoused people not be the greatest people, and then I've seen rich people not be the greatest people. So I don't judge people on the money they have and the money they make. I most definitely ain't judging people on their race. So protect black women. So that's one thing that you can do is, if you're in a store and you see, security then left the whole store wide open, because now that's messing with your security. He or she, whoever security is, then left the whole store to go follow after one black person or black woman. And the black woman or black person ain't doing nothing. They just shopping. But this security and police think that this is the one that's going to do something because of the color of their skin. You can say something. You say, wait a minute. I've seen this person. This person looked like they were doing anything. This security officer, this police officer has jeopardized my safety by leaving the front door to go follow someone who they're suspicious of, which I feel is coming from a racist perspective of all of a sudden pointing out the black woman or the black person and thinking that they the one that's about to commit a crime. So, protecting black women, just again, being more open. When someone comes, even at work, in different places. That was the one thing I could say I liked about Donald Trump that time when he did The Apprentice and Kenya was on there, because it was some white women on there. They was trying to team up against Kenya, thinking that Donald Trump would believe them over Kenya. But Donald Trump believed Kenya, the black woman. And I was like, all right, Donald Trump, you all right with me. You know what I'm saying? That's what sometimes they get to talk about that race and stuff. I'd be like, maybe Donald Trump might need to be schooled on racist policies or different things like that. Maybe he doesn't totally understand that part. I'm sure maybe he might understand it now, but back then maybe he didn't. But as far as just right out And certain things being racist to a black person at that time, I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying? Again, so when someone is coming to tell you something about a black person, well, I think that black person just there did it. And well, did you see that person? Well, no, but they just look like. Well, how can you say somebody look like they're gonna do something? Oh, so you read minds now. You read minds, and you know the future now. Because see, this is what happens to black women. You get accused of doing something they're saying you're gonna do, and you ain't done nothing. But we got mind readers, and we got people that can see the future, like one of them shows on TV, that just feel like they know the black woman's gonna do something, so we need to get her out. Or some people just don't like, special when you go, and again, black women, we can go anywhere. And for the whole society, y'all gotta know, we can go anywhere. There's not a certain place that black women can't go that's off limits for black people or black women. So therefore, because you find this when it's sort of quote unquote up status label, rich areas, that a lot of black people are not there, so they're watching every black people that is there. And if they see black people that they don't feel fits their richy look, ready to just find some type of reason to just try to tell you to leave or whatever, you don't have to dress so you can have a whole lot of money on you, and don't have to be dressed the way they want you to dress. You clean, that's the key thing, you keep going. So again, protecting black women, especially in traveling. Oh, you all know I talk about in the traveling. Now here I am with bags traveling, and I tell you, they will get to thinking you everything but traveling. They will go from you homeless to you hoeing. And I know sometimes, y'all know I'm a comedian, so but I know sometimes I have to watch it on who I say these things to, because some people look at you like, But I mean, and these are the police sometimes will think that. When you like just waiting for buses sometime, or you waiting for a train, or you at a bus stop or something of the sort. And you got your little bags on you. So especially, like, tell you, I keep some bags on me just for health reasons, with my little stuff in it. And then, or sometimes leaving from a store. And especially when you're traveling, you got some bags. You know what I'm saying? Now, white people can travel and nobody thinks nothing about it with their bags. Don't think that they're homeless. Don't think that they're hoeing. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, black women, you have one bag, boy. Oh my gosh. So again, protecting black, as my daughter once said, and I said, these bags ain't bothering you. I ain't asking you to carry the bag. Why are you so concerned about my bags? Y'all, I'm telling you all, and again, I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker, and comedian, personality, rapper Hope. I even rap about this stuff, y'all. And gonna be doing my little song, how they track you, they're tracking you. I don't think slavery days are totally over, because that's what they used to do in slavery time, was track you. You know what I'm saying? Be just following you. Still doing that. People are, not us tracking ourselves, but racist people who just automatically, because it's in the system, you all. And that's why you will find black people will have that same white supremacist mindset of negativity about black people or black women, because it's that white supremacist mindset of thinking that black people gonna do something wrong, that black people are negative, that da-da-da-da-da, and so I'm talking about security and police and folks tracking you that don't want you in the area or think you're doing something wrong. Y'all know I've seen the video. I'm just at the airport now. I'm with a plane ticket. Y'all, you can't make this stuff up. I'm at the airport with my plane. They ain't asked me about it. I guess they just think I'm just gonna come in the airport and sit. And I don't know, maybe they had that, but still, you don't put that on me. You ain't gonna put it on the white person just sitting there. You just gonna automatically assume they gonna be flying at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? But when you're a black person, if you don't have what each person judge you. So the matter is so subject. Type matter, so subjective. That's what I'm looking for, because everybody has their own mindset of how they think a person should look to do ABC, but again, they're more critical of how black people should look, particularly black women, and we just really get it, because even before we open our mouth, they're looking at what we got on, they're looking at our hair, the color of our skin, how light it is, how dark it is, You know, so even before they look at how we act, or even before we open our mouth, because I know sometimes black women, you've experienced that, you know, you haven't done anything wrong to this person. You just ask them customer service something, and they just very mean in the room, just got this mean look. I'm like, did I do something to this person? I don't think I've never seen this person before. But they're looking at me like I done something to them. Oh gosh, you can't make this stuff up. And you just be like, okay, it's hard out here for a black woman, but God got us. That's my thing I said I was going to say, because I just don't want to constantly put out the part that it's harder for black. I also want to talk about, but we're going to be all right, black women, because God got us in the name of Jesus. Because see, God is in control. At the end of the day, God is in control. Regardless who try to be racing about how many cameras they got around. I learned in the airport, they can track your phone, they can get into your phone. You know, no matter what's going on, you know what I'm saying? God has the final say. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part where we can stay at joy, and we can even stay at peace, even when after a while it gets annoying, you know, just have to stay prayed. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect, you know. And if anybody was experiencing the tracking process that they're doing to you, and almost like slavery days were there. So that's what I'm talking about, slavery days. You know how in the movies they show how they were chasing the slaves and tracking them down like animals, you know, because you be feeling like they tracking an animal down, but you're a human being. You're not an animal. And you know you're not an animal. I guess maybe they don't know you're not an animal, because that's how they go behind you and track you, you know, and hunt you. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, hunt you down, like very negative type behavior that they do to you. And so, you know, protect black women. And so those are just ways you can help protect us, you know. And again, I'm not saying everybody is racist. No, I'm not, because there's some good people. In the midst when I was experiencing that experience at Atlanta Hartsfield Airport, you also had some good people that were smiling and helping to look out for, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, and they had actually, because I went into the bathroom, again, they were following me in the bathroom, couldn't hardly, that's nothing. Black women can't even hardly really go to the bathroom. You go to the bathroom, and again, white women go to the bathroom, all they want to do, whatever they need to do, stay in there as long as they need. Black women go to the bathroom, they even concerned about that you're going to do certain things in the bathroom. I said, this is crazy because I'm a black woman. You think I'm about to do something negative? I'm like, my Lord, this is racism 1 point. What's y'all be seeing kids 2.1? I don't know. But I'm like, this is ridiculous. So even in the bathroom, they sitting there trying to accuse you doing some drugs or something. You're like, I am using the bathroom. But that's why I be videotaping, because I'm like, I'm ready, because I'm going to show, oh, look at the donkey, y'all. I'm like, I'm going to show this tape to somebody. Oh, the dog like him. You must be a good person. The dog like you. Come here. I won't show him on video because I don't want to get them on video. But yeah, you're a good person, dude. The dog like you. So now we know you got to get a dog. I'm teasing him. He got to get a dog. Dogs like him. That means he's a good person. Oh, he wants your ball too. Yeah, he wants your ball. He gonna get it back for you. He about to give you a ball. He's gonna get it for you. There you go. He gonna give you a ball. There you go. I love positive interactions, y'all. I love it all. That's a good dog. He didn't try to do it. He just liked him. He's still looking at him. He liked him. He didn't bark at him or nothing. He just liked playing with him. He's still trying to get over there and play with him. He liked the ball. All right, y'all. So I'm your girl, Michelle Hope Walker. Just a good positive interaction. So I like getting good positive interaction. I didn't get them on camera. Just try not to only get other people on camera, just get me on camera. But what was I at, y'all? Oh God, I forgot what I was saying. Oh, yeah, in the Atlanta airport. Because I walked in the bathroom. They was following me in the bathroom, so they couldn't even get to the bathroom in peace. They stayed right there by the door. I'm like, I have not done anything. This is, you know, nothing wrong. They follow me everywhere. So, because that's also how I learned it was in my phone, because then one of the girls came out, I'm going to go check her phone. And I'm like, what? Are they getting your phone? But anyway, so, and what was I going to say about, so I was in the bathroom, one of the girls, she was like, oh, they put a bulletin out. Y'all, I believe they put for their employees. Now, here I am, in making me very unsafe. I'm in Atlanta, Hartsfield, was it now the Jackson, the Maynard Jackson Hartsfield Airport in Atlanta, Georgia. I think they have sent out a thing to all the employees. I know some employees would look at me like, you know, like they were warning me something me, and I have not done anything you all the whole time. It was almost like they got mad because I called them out and I didn't even talk to them. I just did a video about it because I was feeling unsafe. And I think that's why I thank God for these cameras, because when you're feeling unsafe, you can turn on the camera and get some proof of something, or do some tweeting, or do something, you know what I'm saying? about how these people make me feel unsafe. Help me, y'all. Or something happens to me, this is the last place I was at. That type thing. On the cameras. That's what we thank God for these cameras and social media, because it can help save your life, okay? And so that, I was just like very unsafe for black women, especially when you have a black woman that's not done anything. I was just sitting there, and then I noticed that they started trying to get police. I could even hear where somebody's like, I'm not going to mess with them. So thank you to the police there, because the actual police, so you had other workers that were not even police, and I'm sure they were watching me on camera and everything, and they probably seeing this woman's not doing anything. Why are y'all messing with her? Because I even could hear, I wasn't saying anything, because I learned don't say nothing, just, but I heard where they were trying to get one security, but he was like, that woman got a ticket, probably got a ticket, and y'all over there messing with her, leave her alone. These were black women messing with me, right? Anyway, so here I'm not done nothing at the airport. I'm just basically waiting to fly out. And so now I think it's a bulletin put all out, which is really making me feel unsafe, because then you would have some people think, well, they put out a work bulletin for people that are causing harm at the airport or doing something wrong. And so, we got to watch it, and watch me for what? Because I ain't done nothing wrong. Anyway, y'all go on and on that, but I ain't going to. So the key thing is protect black women, because, that could have just turned out so many different ways. And that's just the scary part about that. But thank God, God kept me safe. And like I said, it was some people at the airport that I do have to say thank you. Atlanta Hartsfield, that, they could see my every move. And I was aware that they could see my every move. You know what I'm saying? So, but for whatever reason, they kept misjudging and trying to make my moves negative, and they weren't. I was just, so what's the hashtag, black people doing normal things? Being accused of wrong. You're like, what? I ain't done nothing wrong. But, so just protect black women. That's the key thing. So I was just saying, when black women, when we travel, we have to go through so much, and it can be just so challenging. But we don't stop traveling, because we got to go where God calls and tells us to go, And God is over all of this. God loves us, and God is over everything. So even people try to do something, God is over all of this. You know what I'm saying? God has the last say. And so we thank God for everything. So God helps us. God is there for us and everything. And so we just, we thank God, for everything. And we just, stay being our happy, joyful, loving self. And when people accuse us of stuff, we just, pray, God, help me how to deal with this in the right way, So fortunately, you don't know how to move or what to say or to not say nothing. If you don't say nothing, sometimes they still come at you. If you say something, they still... It's like you don't be knowing what to do, because like every move, because they just racist and don't like black people, especially black women. They're not liking you because you're a black woman. So therefore, no matter what you do or say or don't say, they're still looking at you as bad. And you're like, I'm not a bad person. I'm a very loving. I got a college education. I've taught school. I do a lot of good things. I love everybody, but they don't care about none of that. When somebody's racist and don't like you because you're clumsy, they don't care about none of the good things. I got all these doctor papers on me, medical stuff. They don't even be wanting to see them. They just accuse you of just doing something. You be like, what in the world? Doing something wrong. So protect black women. So that's just the call in this video. Please protect black women. When people are trying to say the black woman did this, check out everything.